Just a short time ago, California Congresswoman unveiled a new bill aimed at funding mental health services in public schools. The Mental Health in Schools Act authorizes $200 million in competitive grants that would provide mental health professionals in more than 200 public schools. The legislation is getting some celebrity backing by longtime advocates of mental health like boxer Mia St. John and LA Lakers star and forward Ron Artest. And I'm joined now by Democratic Congresswoman Grace Napolitano of California, the lawmaker behind the legislation, and Ron Artest. Of course, he needs no introduction, from the Los Angeles Lakers. Thank you both for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Well, thank you, Tamron. It's a pleasure, and thank you for doing that intro into it. It's great.
Absolutely.
I wish more people would do that.
Congresswoman, let me ask you, what inspired you to get behind this campaign and to push for changes and even money being put behind the need to help people who are battling mental health issues?
We started a pilot program with SAMHSA over 10 years ago that has proven to be successful. The state loves it, the county, the feds, but nobody wants to fund it because children don't vote. And to me, that's a crime. Our children need help, and we need to provide it for them. It's up time that we actually address the issue. It's not going to go away. It's getting worse.
Absolutely, and you brought along Ron, I guess, if you will, to bring some of his game to Capitol Hill. And Ron, your story, I mean, as I said before, you kind of went from this bad boy reputation when we both lived in Chicago to this activist, and it all started after a rough spot in your life when you were actually told that you needed to go to anger management, and it caused you to explore some things that were going on with you. Tell me about your journey to this point.
Yeah, well, I think sometimes, you know, when you talk about mental illness, some people, they don't get the point and they get a little scared of that vocabulary, you know. So you got to kind of responsibly, you know, get the message out, you know, mental health awareness, mental health issues. And it could be anything from a small problem to a major problem, to maybe lack of confidence with a kid, or maybe the environment that they grow up in. You know, my issue is totally different from someone else's issue. So my issue, I see a therapist, you know, and that helps me get over anxiety and frustration. Some people might need medicine, you know, or you know, or vice versa. So it's many different, you know, kind of issues that's when you're dealing with mental, you know, health awareness.
You actually, Ron, caught a lot of attention and I think praise when you actually gave a shout out to your psychologist. I want to play that moment when you thank your psychologist.
I definitely want to thank my doctor, Dr. Sandy, my psychiatrist. She really helped me relax a lot. Thank you so much. It's so difficult to play. There's so much commotion going on in the playoffs, and she helped me relax. I thank you so much.
So you were caught up in the euphoria of that, but was it hard, Ron, to come out and tell your story? I mean, you live in a world where athletes are praised for being macho. Was it difficult?
Right. Well, I think, you know, I think it's normal to have a mental health issue. And people will call you crazy, wow, that guy's crazy or she's crazy, but it's totally normal, especially in this day and age. You know, and I had to let people know, especially the kids out there, that, you know, it's okay if you have an issue. You know, if you can't talk to your parents at home, which is where it starts, you know, and a lot of kids these days don't have dads around or not in a strong family household. So, okay, the next step is, you know, this bill that the Congresswoman is, you know, presenting. I think it's going to help a lot of kids.
And Congresswoman Napolitano, what kind of support are you getting from lawmakers on both sides here?
Well, let's just say that I dropped the bill with nothing but Democrat co-sponsors. We need to reduce the stigma. I figured after this last Arizona unfortunate tragic incident that people would be jumping on board, because it starts with the youngsters, being able to treat them when they're young. We need to have people understand the biggest problem is admitting it, reducing the stigma, and then letting people know that they need to put their foot forward. Ron has been absolutely a champion in our area, and we're hoping more people like Mia St. John and others continue to join us.
Well, congratulations to you both, and Ron, because you're doing such great work, I won't bring up the game against the Cavaliers.
It's okay. It's okay. I had 1 point, one shot, and one turnover.
Well, you're still a champion, and trust me, you are. Thank you very much, Ron. Thank you, Congresswoman Napolitano. Thank you both.
Thank you, Tamron.
Absolutely.